Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are turning up the pressure hard. Gwyneth Paltrow is reigniting her never-ending Cold War with Jennifer Aniston over Brad Pitt, and Hailey Bieber just dropped a major update. Justin ain't touring anytime soon, so buckle up because this mess is getting wild. Let's start with Blake Lively. She's out here scrambling, desperately trying to pin some kind of hate campaign on Justin Baldoni like he's the villain behind the curtain. But instead of coming directly for him, she's been going after random content creators, and not even the big ones! Blake's legal team is literally sending subpoenas to small creators with barely a few thousand followers. One YouTuber, Cassidy O'Connell, got hit with legal papers and was so shook she wrote a whole letter to the judge explaining why the subpoena shouldn't even count. And get this! Blake's team didn't just slide into their DMs. They went straight to Google demanding everything. Creators started getting emails saying they had to hand over their private info. Imagine being a micro-influencer and suddenly you're caught in a legal firestorm with no lawyer to back you up. That's not just stressful, it's terrifying.
There is 100% a smear campaign against Blake Lively. Like, this is going on the internet and we're trying to uncover it. All of those people are going to get deposed. Right? You want all those people to get deposed, all of the influencers. And influencer after influencer, content creator after content creator is going to come out on those depositions telling the truth, which is going to be that there is no public smear campaign against her. Like, what? The level of conspiracy, it literally just takes like a morsel of common sense to figure that out.
But here's the craziest part. Blake's demands are next level. She doesn't just want names, she's asking for financial records, emails, and even private convos to see if anyone was coordinating with Justin Baldoni behind the scenes. Like, what is this? Celebrity court or a Netflix drama? Cassidy didn't hold back. She straight up called out Blake's legal team, saying this subpoena is unduly burdensome and designed to harass and intimidate. And honestly, she's not wrong. The amount of personal info they're asking creators to cough up? Straight up creepy. Who knows what Blake and Ryan are planning to do with all that? People are shook for a reason. In Hollywood, you don't just get hit with lawsuits. People start whispering about the so-called fixers behind the scenes. Cassidy even hinted that this feels like intimidation on purpose. And let's be real, if someone told you Ryan Reynolds had a behind-the-scenes squad pulling strings like some industry version of Team Diddy, would you even be surprised? 'Cause I wouldn't. But it gets even messier. YouTuber Mackenzie Folks was reportedly asked to hand over credit card and bank records from her YouTube-linked accounts. Why? Just so Blake's team could see if she used any paid tools to boost her videos. They're digging into everything, like full digital forensics mode. They're searching every angle, trying to prove creators had some kind of secret alliance, when all they're really doing is giving commentary. Here's the kicker. They haven't been able to prove Justin Baldoni started any kind of hate campaign, so now they're pointing fingers at the creators instead.
Hey, Blake Lively privates her Instagram and no longer says she wants to be a public figure is when I'll leave her alone. Of course, downplaying the backlash, saying she didn't know any better. I've disliked her prior to this lawsuit. I truly believe someone's true colors will always show. Happy to see the rest of the world is catching up.
But Blake's lawyers are still riding hard on this theory that Justin's team launched a sneaky, untraceable smear campaign to destroy her image. And I'm sorry, but unless they're about to show us some real receipts, this sounds more like Hollywood paranoia than a legal case. Wait, untraceable? What does that even mean? Because last time I checked, you can't run some grand scheme across the internet without any trace. And let's be real. Justin Baldoni's team isn't out here sliding into creators' inboxes, feeding us secret files. That's just not happening. One comment hit the nail right on the head. It can't be that dozens of creators are lying and Blake Lively is the only one telling the truth. Like, seriously, what are we doing here? Her whole strategy is starting to look like straight up chaos. This isn't damage control, it's desperation. Instead of backing off, she's doubling down and making the whole situation worse. And here's where it gets extra messy. Where's Ryan Reynolds in all this? Apparently he's playing the role of Blake's emotional lifeguard, trying to help her adjust to normal life, whatever that means when you're rich and famous. Reports claim Blake's leaning heavy on Ryan to rescue her from the storm she started herself. But here's the tea. Blake's trying to rebuild her old alliances too. She's been reaching out to people like Taylor Swift, hoping to rekindle whatever bond they used to have. But so far, crickets, no callbacks, and Gigi Hadid? Word is she's keeping her distance too. People in her own circle are ghosting her. That's cold.
Okay, we're gonna play a game. Brad or Ben? It'll be fun.
Brad.
No. I didn't even ask a question.
Oh, I thought that was the question. Brad or Ben?
That's so good.
Now I
Okay.
get.
Now Blake's going full recluse. No dinners, no parties, no red carpets. She's dodging the spotlight like it's radioactive. But despite all this, her camp says Blake's not scared. Quote, Ryan and her family, especially her sister Robin, have been a rock for Blake through it all. That's cute. But this rock might be the only thing keeping her from a complete free fall. Blake Lively's legal showdown is coming fast. Her deposition is reportedly set to go down in just about a week. And while her camp swears she's cool as ice, I'd be shaking if I had to sit across from Brian Friedman. That man doesn't play. They're saying Blake's just counting down the days until it's over so she can finally breathe again. Her people are still pushing this whole she's calm, supported by Ryan Reynolds and family angle. All right, Blake, best of luck. You're gonna need it. But let's shift gears because this next one is straight up awkward. Gwyneth Paltrow's back in the headlines and she's stirring up drama again. This time it's over a brand new book about herself. Except here's the catch. She didn't even write it. Some ghostwriter did a series of interviews with her and turned those convos into a whole tell-all. And girl, it goes way deeper than anyone expected. Originally, Gwyneth thought the book was just gonna focus on that infamous ski trial fiasco from a couple years back. You know, the one where she basically went viral in court. But plot twist, it's barely about that. What it's really spilling tea on: Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, you heard that right. When Gwyneth got asked how she felt about Brad marrying Jen, her response was straight out of a soap opera. Are you really asking me this question? She snapped. She followed up with the classic celeb dodge. I can't comment on this kind of thing. But behind closed doors, insiders say she was not okay with it. Apparently, she confided in friends that she felt sad when she found out Brad and Jen were tying the knot. And honestly, in hindsight, maybe she didn't need to feel all that sad. 'Cause let's be real, Brad did Jen dirty when he bounced for Angelina. And now Gwyneth's name is getting dragged right back into that ancient triangle.
I was skiing and two skis came between my skis, forcing my legs apart, and then there was a body pressing against me, and there was a very strange grunting noise. So my brain was trying to make sense of what was happening. I thought, is this a practical joke? Is someone like doing something perverted?
Like it's 2005 again. So get this. The author behind Gwyneth Paltrow's book didn't just chat with her. They also sat down with people close to her, and that's where it gets juicy. One of those people, Aaron Lauder, you know, part of the powerful Estee Lauder cosmetics empire. They were reportedly having dinner one night, and the convo turned to none other than Brad Pitt. And what Gwyneth allegedly said? Wild. According to someone who was at that dinner, Gwyneth told Aaron that Brad was dumber than a sack of Yeah, you can guess the rest. She supposedly shaded his whole upbringing too, saying he was raised super religious in Missouri. And while she threw in a little shout out to the Midwest, let's be real, she was dragging. Gwyneth, the elite Manhattan private school kid, basically implied Brad wasn't on her level. Not smart enough, not refined enough, not her type, once the glam wore off. So now people are out here wondering, is Gwyneth still pressed after all these years? Because this book isn't just brushing past Brad, it's circling back like the heartbreak just happened. And remember, she already opened up during that Call Her Daddy interview saying the breakup with Brad was really hard. She admitted it wasn't simple. There were a number of things that happened, she said. He was 9 years older than me. He knew what he wanted. I was all over the place. Okay, that's fair. But if that's old news, why is this still front page drama in the book? Here's the twist. Sources say Gwyneth didn't even read the full manuscript before they started pushing the press tour. Now they're out here leading every headline with spicy Brad Pitt throwbacks. And Gwyneth? She didn't see that coming. So now she's stuck promoting a book that's got her sounding salty about a man she broke up with decades ago. And the public's eating it up. Now here's where the whole situation really blows up. Because this book, it's dragging everyone. Jennifer Aniston, Brad Pitt, and even Ben Affleck are getting pulled into the chaos. And Gwyneth? She's already backpedaling. She's saying some of the stuff being reported doesn't quite match how she remembers it. But she's not denying it either. Just claiming she's a little confused? Very convenient. Turns out, when she signed the contract, Gwyneth thought this was gonna be all about her 2023 ski trial, the one that made headlines and memes for weeks. But nope. This book's laser focused on her past love life, and now she's out here saying, I'm not mad. If anything, I'm flattered that people still care. Girl, that's some elite Hollywood spin right there. And here's the kicker. This book hasn't even dropped yet. But the buzz, already nuclear. Insiders say both Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's teams have been notified about what's coming, and they are on high alert, ready to clap back the second that thing hits shelves. The phrase being used, standing on guard, ready to go to war. Yeah, it's that serious. The book's scheduled to drop in about a week, and all eyes are locked on how Gwyneth's gonna react once it's actually out. Cause let's be honest, it's kind of wild that a book about her, based on interviews with her, is about to go public. And she still hasn't read it? Either she's got nerves of steel or someone on her team seriously fumbled. But enough about Gwyneth for now, because while she's dodging drama from her past, Justin Bieber is going through a whole different kind of struggle. If you haven't checked out today's episode of my Let's Get Into It podcast, do that ASAP, because we're diving deep into why Justin Bieber still refuses to get sober and how that may be the real reason he's not touring. Yep, you heard that right. Justin just dropped a new album, Swag, and while it's doing decent numbers, there's no tour on the horizon, and that's raising eyebrows. Normally, when an album lands well, a tour follows. It's the standard play. But this time, crickets. Sources close to Justin say his mental and emotional health is still fragile. The fame, the pressure, the non-stop spotlight, it's never stopped weighing him down. And his team, they're scared. Straight up. They fear that throwing him back into high-energy performances could break him even more. Hailey Bieber's reportedly been trying to shield him from any extra stress. She's stepping in behind the scenes, doing what she can to keep the negativity away. But even with all that support, things still aren't stable. And honestly, their relationship might not be either. Let's rewind. Remember when Justin told Hailey she'd never get a Vogue cover? Well, she ended up doing another feature with them. This time, no cover, but still a full spread where she opened up about the madness of her marriage. Hailey said living life in the public eye is exhausting, especially when the internet keeps spinning lies about them being miserable or headed for divorce. She admitted, "It drives you crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a crazy life." But Hailey also made one thing clear. Most of what's written about her online, pure fiction. She said, "I have a real life, one I'm proud of, with my family, my friends, and the people who truly love me." And Kendall Jenner even chimed in with a quote about Hailey, calling her caring and almost maternal. Kendall said, "I'm kind of a hypochondriac, and when I have a panic attack, Hailey's the one who drops everything to take care of me." That's deep. Clearly, Hailey's caring a lot, both for Justin and the people around her. Justin recently gave a rare statement, and it's got fans talking. He said Hailey shines in the spotlight thanks to her effortless vibe when it comes to style, business, art, and fashion. He even added that she makes being a wife, and maybe even a future mom, look easy. And then he hit everyone with this line, "I've done a lot of dumb things in my life, but the smartest thing I ever did was marry Hailey." Whew! And the comments, explosive. One user said, "Yes, well, Hailey, living with someone battling mental health and drug issues must be exhausting." Another crowned her the strongest woman in Hollywood, calling her the happiest too. Someone even added, "Go on, Mrs. Bieber. Keep living your best life with your hubby son and future Bieber babies." The internet split, but fans are riding hard for her strength. Hailey recently clapped back in Vogue, saying most of the rumors about their marriage are flat out lies. She made it clear, yes, their life is crazy, but it's real. She's living it with the people she loves, not for the trolls online. And honestly, the way she's holding this man down while also setting boundaries, respect. Sources say Hailey's told Justin enough is enough. She loves him, but she can't keep riding this emotional roller coaster. No more public meltdowns, no more immature antics, and definitely less weed. Justin has reportedly tried to prove he's serious. He even attempted a full detox at one point just to show Hailey he's all in. But, like we mentioned on the podcast earlier, he's still refusing to get fully sober. That same old pattern keeps creeping back. Justin spirals, Hailey hits her limit, things blow up, then they patch things up again until the next storm hits. It's this loop, love, chaos, repair, repeat. And that's a wrap on today's wild ride. We covered everything from Blake's legal meltdown to Gwyneth's messy book drama and Justin and Hailey's roller coaster romance. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it, and drop a comment with your thoughts. We're reading every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.